Yeah, thanks. I really think that this is important, especially for San Diego cats, but everyone else too would be really good to hear about this. And this isn't, this is a panel of like really dedicated folks. You'll hear them speak, but they're definitely not going to sit here and be like, yo, I was the first to do this, and I was the first to do that, and our crew was the best at this. It's more like, hey, this is how it was, and we can learn from their history so that we can get better. So, without further ado, Freakazoid is running late. He is part of the panel as well. So hopefully by the time we get to that point, he's here. We're gonna get right into it. And yes, you can record. All right. Eswift. What's up, Eswift? All the way over there. How you doing?
Good, man. I'm good.
All right. What crews do you rock?
Back in the day?
Now.
Rock So Fresh crew. San Diego.
Cool. All right. So the beginnings of hip hop, and breaking in San Diego. So tell us, where were you and all of that, and where did it really start in terms of a time period and a time frame for San Diego?
Well, for me, 1982, junior high school. The first place that I seen somebody actually get down doing the six step, but it was just choppy steps. He didn't know what he was doing. I didn't know what the hell he was doing. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, man? Get up the floor, step fast. And but he was real shiesty. He didn't want to tell nobody where he saw it or how he recognized it. So he was real shiesty with it, but he showed me the little steps, the real choppy steps. I'm like, cool, man. So I'm like, damn. It's like almost like we discovered fire or something. I'm like, damn, this is pretty cool. So later on, during 7th grade, 1983 came around, they used to show Wild Style and Style Wars on PBS. And that's my first time I saw Rocksteady. I'm like, god damn. I saw Crazy Legs, Ken Swift. I'm like, oh shh. That's me right there. That's what I want to be right there. So just watching Style Wars, you see every graph, DJing, MCing, B-boying, B-girling, and right then and there is, yeah, that's me, I'm gonna do that. So I didn't know how big it was actually going to be until we started hitting Spring Valley Park. And Friday after school, all the crews went down. We had Rock City Jam crew, we had Juice crew, 2 crews I was in, Break City Jam crew, and Nasty Rockers. And we always went at it with Rock City because we both had the same name. They had Rock City Jam crew, we were Break City Jam crew, so we always had beef going back and forth. And like MV Street Crew and Rock City, Saki. So that was really fun times. And gradually on with the high school, I met Saki's Crazy Butt. And it all progressed till 86 when it kind of died down, but we were still into it. Me and Saki were still into it. But everybody else was dissing it, and oh, that's fine, I don't want to do that. We used to do it at Dave's Rock's house, Spring Valley. At his house parties, he used to throw every once in a while. We used to get down, nothing serious. In 87, 88, 89 came around, it was like totally gone. I'm like, damn, me and Saki, like, damn, I'm like, is this guy ever gonna come back? He can't be gone. And in 91, Dave's Rock came to my house, knocked on the door. He's like, yo, man, we started back up again. I'm like, start what? We're break again. I heard Strutters is starting up again. I'm like, what? I'm like, let's go battle him right now. It's been like 3 years since I even touched the floor. I'm like, let's go, let's do it. And that's how I got back into it. And ever since, it's been going on. And it's funny to see how much has progressed since back then. The moves are different. There's girls doing it. There was no girl. I didn't see no girls on the floor back in the 80s doing it. There's a popper. She was pretty dope. But there's one girl that's pop. That's it. Right?
Cool. Eswift, yo.
Yo, I'm not good. I'm about to run.
Playing. Thank you.
Yeah, great.
He also had a really, really drippy Jerry Crow back in the day. Really drippy.
Anyone got photos of that?
Really drippy.
Cool. All right. Next up, we got Ronzone. Give it up. Ronzone. So my question of Ronzone was, his resurgence came back, and I started talking to him, trying to figure out, who he was, where he came from, and he had his children in the scene. How was breaking in the early 80s, especially for North County? Because obviously San Diego's very spread out, everyone has different scenes, even now. But how was it in North County? Because you're rocking Mira Mesa and all that, Mira Mesa High. How was that? What was the scene like?
Well, let me first start off with, we were the best in the 80s. I was just kidding. Mira Mesa, we lived right next to Miramar, Naval Air Station Miramar. So you got a lot of Navy guys there. And a lot of the guys that were at Miramar came from New York. So we had kind of a treat because those guys would show us how to break. When I first started, I was already popping and I really wasn't into the breaking thing. I didn't like it. I saw it on TV. They were rolling on the ground doing their thing and I was like, why am I going to do that? I'm a popper. And then I saw it live at an actual garage party. Someone was doing it and I was like, wow, that stuff's pretty cool. Let me try that. And it became pretty easy. So I started going to the Miramar Rec Center in the dance room. And a guy named Rick Springer, we called him Fizz. He was a graffiti artist from New York, but he actually started teaching us how to get down, how to do top rocking and footwork and whatnot. And that's kind of the beginnings there. You know who he is, right? Yeah, but he taught me how to top rock. And we just started getting into it. And this was before the big breakdance craze explosion. Everyone talks about the big explosion, 1983, when Flashdance came out. But we were doing it in 82. We were just doing it in our garages, school dances, but it wasn't big until 83. That's when it exploded.
83.
And 83 is when the big explosion. But during 82, we were in the learning phase. Everyone was trying to learn, and the sooner you could learn how to do something, the better you were, because no one else knew how to do it. So you just showed up at a party and said, hey, look, I got some secret ninja moves, and you were like the most popular guy there. And we danced because we enjoyed it, and we danced to get girls. No lie right there. I'm not gonna lie, that's why we kind of got into it, okay? So, we practice every day, practice in our garage, on our cardboard. We go to Miramar. If we couldn't get the dance room, we were in the racquetball courts every Friday night. And if we weren't practicing, we were out looking for a battle. And one of the hot spots back in the day was Prospect Avenue in La Jolla, by the La Jolla Cove. And one of the first crews that used to go out there was Street Strutters. And they used to put out a hat and get money. And they were the first ones. So everyone else saw them doing it and said, hey, we can make money too. So other crews started showing up, lots of crews. And what happens when you have different crews showing up at the same spot? Call out. That's when we would battle. We didn't have big jams like we have today. And a lot of it was judged basically with the crowd and the guys that were doing it. So Street Strutters started that, and then we came out, Specter crew came out, International Ground Crew, Juice Crew, Freeze Crew. Who else was there? A lot of crews. Up north, we had Escondido After Dark was a dance club, and a lot of guys used to go up there. And Junior Boogaloo, I can't remember the name of his crew, but he had one of the best crews up north. They were really good. Junior Boogaloo was really good at breaking. I mean, he's a great popper, but he was breaking them back in the day too, if you guys don't know that. So those guys were out of Oceanside and Escondido.
Didn't know that.
You did not know that? Junior Boogaloo? No? B-Boy? Yeah. I got some footage.
And it looks like you have a guest or something that you
Yeah. I do have a guest here. Walter, can you come up please? This is Walter. We call him Motion from Street Strutters. 48 years old, he'll be 49 this year, so just to let you know where his knowledge has come from. But I wanted to make sure everyone knew who the street strutters were and who this guy was, because you can't say 80s breakdancing or 80s b-boying in San Diego without saying street strutters. And that's just
All right.
They were the guys.
We gotta look that up. Hey, look that up, yo.
So if I give them the mic and you ask them a question, they'll drop some quick knowledge.
Something real nice. All right, so Motion, huh? Motion, Street Strutters. This is the first time I actually heard of that crew. And see, that comes to my ignorance too, which means this is something that we should really look up into, you know? Really, let's dig back. And any footage and articles would be nice, you know, just post it in the San Diego boards, that'd be dope. So how was your come up? You know, where you from? What was this explosion for you? You know, how did everything just combust into Street Strutters? Like, how did that come about?
Well, back in the days I was in Little League and I got into BMX. But when he was explaining Flash Dance, all these breaking movies, I got into it, but wasn't serious. A bunch of my friends, we practice every day after school. We go to the recreations, just trying it out. And we had a contest with our manager. It was a promotion to get a manager, to get a team going. And we got first place, and he got us gigs, he got us uniforms. We were like pretty organized. We traveled to LA. We went to the 1984 Olympics, performed for that, and we did so much. 81, 82, I started popping, but I got into popping because, like you said, there was the girls around there that was very, exciting for us to be out there. And we keep entering competitions and battles. A few names that I don't know if you guys are familiar, Rockers and Rock City was the first group that we battled, and they were like one of the best groups that we battled. And either way, it was a friendly battle, but of course we were young and immature, so we always try to hate because we got beat. But with the groups and like 86 died out, and I got back into, we got like 4 guys out of 12 people in our group, and we made our own group called the Rivals, and we still, we haven't lose, but we were kind of rusty, but we just keep conditioning ourselves and try to do it a positive way. Until now, I'm like the last of the breakers of my crew. Well, we have Saki and Eswift. They broke with me when I was in Rivals, and Ronzone just recently, like the last 5 years. So I'm trying to get back into it. I work in schools, and I do breakdance competitions for kids, and it's just like the most exciting thing for the kids get into. It's more positive, and it's good for them. And I see now a more younger audience that's willing to do it, and I'm proud. This gives you out the best memories in your heart, and nothing can change that. So thank you for Ronzone inviting me, and for you guys to experience history for tonight, and I'm glad I'm part of it.
Cool.